Well, there you have it. Liverpool 3, Nottingham Forest 0. The game being played at Anfield. And the only thing I can really say about this game is job done. It's one of those games that could ultimately have ended up being one of those banana skin games that you draw and last season Liverpool did draw would have drawn this game. So I'm really pleased, ultimately with the 3 points because it means that we're still in that mix. And come the end of the year, around Christmas time, if we can be in and around within two scores or 6 points, that bodes well for the rest of the season. I think we've got with a very, very tough start that we had to the season, playing everybody that we played. We have a couple of games now, I think, following this one. I think it's Luton next and then Brentford, of course. The Luton one should be quite interesting. That football club, yeah, looked mad. But anyway, like I said, job done and a clean sheet. But it would be a bit remiss because it was very hard to really think about football these last couple of weeks actually, with everything going on in the world, and then of course hearing about what happened with Luis Diaz's family. That's, my God, I can't even imagine. To find out that your parents have been kidnapped and people wanting money for that. I thought Narcos were done. I thought Medellin was no longer a thing, but clearly, the whole kidnapping thing is him. So, I mean, that's really unfortunate. So we didn't see Luis Diaz in the team today. That being said, though, he was obviously deputized by Jota. I'm happy. This team seems settled. The team's settled, except for one thing. And for me, it's something I've been thinking about quite a lot recently, and that's really the issue of Wataru Endo in terms of the game time that it's going to get. So I've always been one that's been fairly lenient in a sense where I believe that he was going to be given time to acclimatize himself and get used to things, Look, I'm one of those people. I'm not happy seeing McAllister playing in number 6 because I think he's much, much better than that. And I do think that he could have moved up. He could have moved up now that, Curtis Jones still got like one match suspension left. But Klopp clearly wants to persist with this. But seeing that he had such a great game in the Europa League, of course, I watched the highlights of it. It made me really think, like, you're playing Nottingham Forest away. Surely this could have been a great opportunity to stick Endo in the team, let him play in front of Anfield, let him build up his confidence, really get him settled in. Because I honestly do not want to see McAllister play all season as a number 6. I know that he gives Liverpool an outball. I know he gives all of that kind of stuff. But when we are going to be dealing with the fine margins near the end of the season, I want Endo to be to be match fit, to at least having played against a City. I want to see Endo play against City, and so we've got Manchester City in a few weeks' time. I thought it was a great opportunity lost, to be honest. So, but you know what? There are people obviously way smarter than I am and knows football a lot better than I do. So you know what? I leave that to them. But as a fan, you watch your team week in, week out, and I watch this team week in, week out, and I'm always looking for the moment where you can bring him in. But Nottingham Forest, that would have been a chance. Luton next week, it's another chance. So hopefully Klopp can do that, and but maybe Klopp has other ideas. But overall, I thought a job well done by Liverpool. All 3 points, clean sheet. We're still in the mix. We're still in that top 4 race. We're still keeping tabs on everybody, so I'm 100% okay with that. The game itself, I mean, you know what? It's not a cracker. It wasn't a cracker by any stretch of imagination, but there was some good plays in between. Some good stuff from everybody. But you know, the first half, the only thing I can really say is that we didn't concede, based on our performance patterns over the last 10 games. But you know, 10 games in, clean sheet. I'm happy with that. I just felt that when I was watching the game, it's really been emblematic. Let me put it that way of how we've been performing this season. You know, we're really slow out the gates, man. We're really slow out the gates, and this was no different. The only thing is that you're dealing with Nottingham Forest, so there's no real threat coming from them. You know, but from Divock Origi, Divock. Sorry for the people listening on the, the headphones. I didn't mean to clap that hard. Be that as it may. We didn't see Divock, unfortunately. You know, it'll be great to see him. But again, we just lacked that incision and that intensity. Really, I felt most of our attacks were coming down the right, and you know, my man Szoboszlai was running things. You know, things were not running him; he was running things, and fair play to him. For me, I don't know who else is in contention for man of the match, but certainly he would have been mine because he was pulling the strings all the way on the side. Watching him and Salah combine so beautifully there on the right hand side really made things, and it made sense because normally when Diaz is playing for us, then a lot of our attacks tend to originate on that side. But you know, this time it was around. So full credit to Klopp, and also just you know big up for the squad depth for us to be able to not really feel the absence of Diaz. Yeah, so the score being 2-0 going in at halftime, and you know what can you say? It was a good job. When we got back into the second half again, you know, we were just doing, you know, speculative shots outside the box, whatever. But I think at that point the contest, the game was over as a contest. To be honest with you, I mean, you know, Nottingham Forest had some flashes here and there, but nothing really concrete. I think only Elanga near the end. Yeah, cracker. But fuck you. You played for United. Not today, son. Not today, Elanga. Not today. So, you know, all no fairness, I thought that Liverpool handled the game professionally well. There was really nothing else to really test her. I mean, I can't even think of Alisson making a really top-notch save. Other standout players, of course, as well, was Trent. He was obviously having a ball of a time there in the middle, just pinging passes and you know bossing things in the middle. So, you know that's looking to be good. I would like to see how he plays in that position when we are playing an actual team. So, you know, I'd like to see him do that more against Brentford and, of course, Man City. So he's had the opportunities to do that. But anyway, yeah, I mean, it's been great so far. You know, like I mean, I'm one of those people who are like sitting here watching the games, thinking, when is all of this gonna fuck up? when do we see that old Liverpool creep up its head? Because you know they're due for a visit. They're due for a visit, and so far, nothing. I haven't seen them. They're missing MIA, Chuck Norris settings. So I'm fucking happy about that. But you know, it was clear when you were watching the Europa League, and I've only been watching the highlights of that. But it's clear that Liverpool is really a class on its own. You know. Just watching them in the Europa League, and then of course watching them at home against Nottingham Forest. You know there was very little resistance offered, so to speak. So you know, yeah, great. I'm not gonna sit here and you know look the gift horse in the mouth and try to say we had to do that and that and this and this and that. We got a clean sheet. We got the 3 points. That all that matters. We go again next week. We go to that funny stadium in Luton. But you know, that's why I love the Premier League. That's why I love football. You know, all kinds of team coming from all over the country, and all different kind of like levels. You know, and I can really appreciate that. You know, and yeah, long may the Premier League keep serve up these little surprises, little niches, and funny little teams. They always make the away trip interesting. So yeah, like I said, here we are at 4th place at this minute. At this time of recording, I think it's Man City and United playing the derby. It was 1-0, I think, the last time I checked. That should be interesting. As soon as I finish this video, I'm going to go check that out as well. Anyways, Reds, thank you for watching. Appreciate if you are here and watching this. For me, I absolutely love Liverpool Football Club. I love football. This for me is really clearly one way where I can actually process and reflect on our team and also get to meet a couple of you guys and that's been really, really cool, just chatting to some of you in the comment section. So that's absolutely great. Thank you for watching. You'd be great if you could do me a favor and, you know, like the video, yeah, I would really appreciate that. That obviously helps the channel out. The channel has been growing really steadily, and that really makes me absolutely grateful and blessed to be here. But you know what? We go again. I'm out. Thanks for watching, Reds. I'll